Hey Gemini, what's up gang? Hope everybody is well. We're gonna go ahead and get a random reading in for you guys, okay? So this is just whatever wants to come through. Take it as it resonates. If that's something that interests you, do stick around. Gemini, if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Jessica. Please take a look at my description box. That's gonna have any information that you would need to know. And yes, this is a Gemini channel. However, if you vibe, you tribe, so go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Gemini, if you are returning, welcome back. I hope that you're well. Hope you're taking care of yourself. I do hope that you're doing what's best for you, boo. Thank you for all the love, all the support. Gemini, thank you for all the good vibes. It really does mean the world, okay? All right, guys, so let's go ahead and just jump right into this, okay? Random messages. We have the moon for the intuitive message, and I did hear a couple things. First of all, I heard, what does it all mean, right? So maybe you've been getting a lot of signs, a lot of synchronicities. Maybe there's been a lot of messages coming through. If you meditate, you could definitely be getting like bombarded with visions and things like that, and you're just like, what does this mean? Perhaps your dreams have been trying to speak to you. And I do feel like you're one to figure something out. Like there's an energy here of wanting to find clarity. I do feel like your intuition could be possibly guiding you towards something or asking you to take action or make a choice, right? But there's this lack of clarity that's holding you up. Okay. And this could actually be by design. Perhaps you are meant to kind of take a leap of faith, or you're meant to trust yourself. Maybe there's an energy here of not really trusting your intuition because you feel like it's led you astray before. But I do feel like there was some kind of lesson that you were learning or something like that. Okay. So nothing is really wasted, right? So if you feel like your intuition led you towards a situation that didn't work out in your favor, it's like, instead of looking at the outcome and how that turned out for you, look at the lesson that you learned behind that. Okay. Because that could be the whole point. There's something there with that. I do feel like there's something where it's like you want, I don't know, I'm getting this for somebody of like wanting divine intervention. I'm hearing if God wants it to happen, it'll happen. Or if it's fated, it's meant to be, it'll be. But what Spirit is saying is that my divine intervention is giving you the intuition. My divine intervention is giving you the nudge, right? Leading you, kind of pushing you, giving you the clarity in your heart of what the truth is. I can't come down here and work you like a puppet and physically make you do something. And I feel like Spirit's coming through strong to say, like, if you're waiting for something magical to happen, if you're waiting for like the circumstances to just be laid in front of you where you don't really have to do the work, you don't have to step out on faith, then you're going to be waiting in vain basically, because that's not going to happen. This full moon, I'm filming this on the 5th, and the full moon is tomorrow, the 6th, and the full moon is in Aries, and Aries energy is all about taking action. So there could be something, again, that you are needing to take a leading role in. You're needing to take action. But there's some kind of mystery, or there's something suppressed, or something that we're not sure about. We don't have clarity in regards to. So we have to trust, and that's difficult. That's just what's coming through, guys. I also keep hearing that AM song. If I could turn back time. Da, 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 da. I don't really know the rest of the words, but that's what I keep hearing is if I could turn back time. So maybe some of you guys wish you could turn back time. Like if I had known now if I had known then what I know now, I would have made a different decision, or I would have made a different choice, right? But this is life. These are the lessons of life, and we can't go back. We can't change the past. All we can do is use our past to make better decisions moving forward. Well, you know that you'd make different decisions now. You know you'd handle something differently now. So then the next time that this chance arises, and it will, Gemini, because life is a circle, right? Things keep coming back around for us to face, or for us to learn, or for us to resolve in one way or another, in one form or another. So when it comes back around, you'll know to do things differently this time because of what you experienced last time. That's the only way that you can turn back time, right? But I am getting that very strongly. They're also showing me, it's interesting because they don't normally show me charms from my charm bag, but they're showing me my eraser charm that's in there. And it's making me feel like some of you guys wish you could erase something. You could, maybe because erasers are used for mistakes, right? And so there could be something where maybe you feel like there was a mistake, or you made a mistake, or I was being foolish. I didn't know, I was under some kind of illusion, or I didn't, I wasn't following my intuition. I was following my ego, and I was trying to protect myself. And there could have been something here where it's like, you wish you could turn back time. You wish you could erase that mistake. There's something like that for somebody. That's not for everybody. Very interesting too, that the moon has been staring me in the face on the bottom of the deck. Okay. So yeah, there's something here. There could be a lot of messages coming through in the night. Okay. I'm hearing that song from Kanye West. How could you be so heartless? How could you be so Dr. Evil? You're bringing out a side of me that I don't know. I decided we wasn't going to speak, so why are we up 3 a.m. on the phone? Why she got to be so mad at me, though? Dog, I don't know. She's hot and cold. There's something like that, guys. I don't know. There's something there with that song. That's a good song, though. I'm not a fan of Kanye, but I am a fan of his music, and that's a good song. Okay, so what do we have here? Random messages for Gemini, gang. This is already a random ass reading, I can tell. So what random messages do we have for Gemini? We have the ancestors coming out. Ooh, the ancestors are on the watch right now. Sagittarius energy could be significant. Pocahontas was a Sagittarius. Yeah, there's something here with the snake, like they're watching you. They're watching to wait and see how you handle something or what decision that you make, perhaps. Okay? I feel like your ancestors have faith that you're going to do what you should do, or you're going to follow your heart in a situation. They just want you to see. There could also be this energy here of maybe dreaming about a past life or having visions of a past life. There could be somebody you've met from a past life and you're meant to work out some kind of karma or fulfill something with this person. That's why they've come back around this lifetime. That's for some of you guys. Somebody's moon could be in Sagittarius. My moon is in Sagittarius, so that could be significant for somebody else too. Yeah, I'm getting that energy, guys. I also feel like your ancestors are on the watch for any snaky kind of energy because you have a lot of lurkers around you right now. There's definitely people who maybe have false motives or false intentions here for being around you, working with you, speaking to you. And that could be one reason why your guard is kind of up right now. You're like, I'm not very trusting at this point in time. Some of you have a very strong spiritual legacy or spiritual inheritance that you're meant to have. And so your ancestors are watching you. They're protecting you because there could be other people around you that see that as well. This could even be psychic energy or people who are able to see beyond the veil. They're able to look at you and see the greatness, right? They see the legacy that you have. And it's like this energy of like, well, how can I get in on that? Or how can I be a part of that? You know, somebody could have maybe possibly had a chance to be a part of your legacy and they made some kind of mistake or they did something and now they're kind of like lurking, watching from a distance, from like, it feels like in the tall grass, right? There's something there with that. Interesting. Yeah. Something was a lie or somebody was a liar. What else do we have here for Gemini gang? Random messages, please. Random messages for Gemini gang. Yeah, we have the sun coming out, Leo energy. Something is very clear though. Some of you guys could also be utilizing masculine and feminine energy, right? The sun is energetically divine masculine. The moon is energetically divine feminine. So some of you guys could be utilizing both of those energies to kind of balance yourself out or make a decision. There could also be a very strong past life connection. Again, a soul connection. Now, the red string of fate doesn't always have to be about a soul connection. It can also be about something that's very destined, fated. It's meant for you to run across this, or it's meant for you to have this, or for this to happen in this lifetime. But there is a sense of like something is fated here. Somebody could be feeling that way about you too, Gemini. Like somebody could be feeling like this was fated. I can see that now. Maybe before there was something where this person wasn't sure, you know? I feel like somebody before just wanted to know why, or they wanted to have the clarity before they believed. You know, somebody was like lacking faith or something. It's giving the energy, guys, and I don't know if this is going to make sense, but it's giving the energy of like when you're in the church, you know, angels and demons and faith and all this stuff is real. But then when you leave the church, it's like now we have to deal with everyday life and we can't live in a storybook fairy tale, you know, where there's a spiritual warfare going on and there's this and that. Like it's only real in the church. It's not real outside of it. And there's something here with that where somebody did believe in faith or they did believe in, they believed in something, right? But when it came down to actually acting on that and following through with that, it was like, oh, this isn't realistic. Take it as it resonates. This could even be your energy here. But with the sun, something is painfully, blindly clear now. The ancestors could be bringing some kind of clarity too, to you or to somebody else. Yeah, I feel like it's like we don't know what we have until it's gone. Oh, what is that song? Oh, it ain't. Don't, oh, it always seems to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone. Pave paradise to put up a parking lot. Yeah, okay, I figured I would get it eventually, guys. Sometimes they just give me songs and I'm like, I don't even know what the song is. I just have to go with it. Pave paradise and put up a parking lot, right? Because the parking lot was more realistic than staring at these trees. We need parking lots. We need places for these cars to park. We don't need more trees to look at. But in hindsight, actually, we need trees. Way more than we need parking lots. right? Way more than we need cars, actually. We need trees because trees help us breathe. And we need oxygen to be here. So there's something about that. I don't know, guys, okay? Bear with me here. This is a random reading. All right, let's see. What else do we have here for Gemini gang for this random message? But something is clear. Something is very obvious now. You know? And so, I feel like the ancestors have brought something through, right? Like your intuition was telling you something, but now you're actually seeing it in the physical. So it's like you really can't deny it anymore, or they can't deny it. Somebody can't deny something any longer. What else do we have here for a Gemini gang? Random messages, random message for Gemini gang. We have harvest coming through. Nice. Yeah, I feel like your ancestors have made some kind of promise, or spirit has made a promise to you, a pinky promise, that you're going to have some kind of harvest. There is going to be some kind of fulfillment here. Again, there's a spiritual inheritance or a spiritual blessings that are meant to happen for somebody. An ancestral blessing, an ancestral inheritance. And you have a lot of options as well. Okay? So you can kind of pick and choose how you want this harvest to develop or how you want this to come through, but it's going to. Some of you could be seeing massive results on something soon as well. Like perhaps you've been putting in a lot of effort and you've like made a promise to yourself, like I'm going to build this or I'm going to see these results, and you will. And it's very clear to see. And it's not just clear to you. That's the thing. The sun is, everybody can see, right? So there's some, and the sun is also the self. It's also recognition. It's Leo energy. So it's talking about, you know, that self power here. Maybe even being well known or something. Some of you guys could be meant to be well known. And perhaps this is something that your intuition was always telling you, but now it's actually, it's being seen by more than just you, that you are meant to be well known, or you're meant to be, maybe for some of you guys even famous. I mean, Pocahontas was famous. Most people in the world, if you say Pocahontas, they don't know the accurate story thanks to Disney, right? But they know a version of her life. They know a version of it, you know? So there could be something here where it's like, maybe, again, a lot of people possibly, and that could be something here too. Maybe there was some confusion, or maybe there was like a misrepresentation, or, you know, somebody feels like they know you, or they feel like they know the story of you, but they actually don't know. You know, they know a version of you. Or somebody could feel like they have the facts of a situation and they don't. They have a version of that, but the truth is actually really starting to shine through. Like maybe they thought they knew what something was, but there was illusion or there was obscurity or something surrounding this. Now they know. This message feels very cryptic, y'all. I don't know what to say, okay? Either way, though, you have a harvest coming through, and it's going to be plain to see by everybody. You're chosen with this Pocahontas energy. Your ancestors have chosen you for something. And there's something here about a pinky promise or a connection with another soul. Maybe you're meant to build some kind of abundance with another soul. Like we promised that we would come to this earthly plane and we would develop this together, or we would build this together. And now it's time to fulfill that promise. So maybe you're going to start a business with somebody, or maybe you're meant to meet somebody. Yeah, but something is very much protected here. Okay? Like something is protected. Some kind of prestigious honor. Again, the energy of being selected, the energy of being chosen here for the glass slipper. I mean, I know the classic story behind Cinderella, right? And even when we look at that with Cinderella, there was also an illusion cast around her of who she really was, you know? Maybe your true identity has been protected by spirit for some of you guys. Like, will reveal at the perfect moment who you actually are. Because maybe there's people that would like to take advantage of you, or see that you have so much to offer. They see all of this harvest, all of this abundance that's surrounding you, and they're like, oh, I could get in on that. So Spirit's like, yeah, well, I'll cloak them, right? I'll make them look like they just work at this apple farm, you know? But actually they own the apple farm. And so somebody will just pass them by thinking they're just a worker. They're not important. But actually they are important. I kind of get that energy, y'all. I feel like there was a misrepresentation of your energy, but it was on purpose. It was so somebody, maybe there was a test here, or maybe there was like, you know, like somebody didn't see your worth or value. Like that's coming through so freaking strong, y'all. Like somebody maybe did not see your worth or your value, and this was on purpose. Like spirit cloaked you on purpose. Like, and that could have been a test for this person within themselves, right? Like they need to stop going after the fucking flashy like, you know, the shiny and what looks good on the outside, but is actually decayed and evil and nasty on the inside. Like, they need to follow their heart. They need to start looking at things beyond just the surface or beyond just the skin level. This is somebody who possibly, I'm hearing the sin of vanity. So this is somebody who is possibly very vain, you know? They like the look of things, and they like, you know, recognition. They like achievement. They like everybody oohing and awing over them, or they want somebody who looks good on their arm and somebody that they'll be proud, like, to show off. And of course, like, we want to be proud of our partners, of course, right? But it's like they have a very specific criteria, you know? And so, like, when they saw you working in that apple farm, they're like, oh, this is just this person ain't going nowhere, right? Like, that's the kind of energy I'm getting. Like, they're not going nowhere. They just work here. They probably don't even have benefits, right? And actually, it's like, you know, you were actually the owner of the apple farm. It's just that you like to get out there and work, you know? You don't like, nothing's been handed to you. I hope this reading's making sense, but even if it isn't, oh freaking well, guys, this is the message. Sometimes I rack my brain trying to make sure it fits, and I don't even know, y'all. I don't even know if it's gonna fit, so I just have to give the message. I'm also getting the energy of, like, when you ask to speak to the manager and they're like, they turn around and have the hat on. When they turn back around, I'm the manager, right? It's like that kind of energy. Like, somebody came to your apple farm and they're like, can I speak to somebody important? And you're like, well, I'm the owner, you know? And I feel like there's something here where I don't know why I'm picking up on another person, but I am. Or maybe this is just people, you know, people that have been guided to you, and they're like, there's something, I feel something special here, but I don't see anything special. And I hate to say that because that sounds so nasty to me. Like, that sounds so rude, but that's the kind of energy I'm getting. It's like somebody's like, I feel something special, but I don't see it. Well, they're seeing it now. Okay. But of course, it's easy to see when you have a harvest like this coming in, right, Gemini? So yeah, I feel like you were underestimated, counted out, right? Kicked. It's a hard knock life for us, right? Instead of kisses, we get kicked, right? Something about that. Okie dokie. Anything else from this deck? Random messages for Gemini gang? We have the Lighthouse. Yeah, Gemini, I feel like you actually have a very strong energy to you. Like, you are a lighthouse for others. Maybe you help people through spiritual warfare with the zebra. Okay? Maybe you had to go through that yourself, right? Because how can you be a healer unless you've healed yourself? How can you be a spiritual warrior unless you went through spiritual warfare, right? And so there's something here where it's like you've went through that spiritual warfare within yourself of believing in yourself, trusting in yourself, knowing yourself, finding yourself worthy. And so now maybe you're a light to others. Maybe you, in some way, even if it's not your job, it's just what you do. It's just part of your energy, who you are. It's like you are a lighthouse to others. You're a beacon of hope. You're something that people can look at and be like, wow, I can be that too. Or if they came from a similar situation as me and they've achieved this, I can achieve that as well. I can do that too. There's something about that. But I do get like a port in the storm type of energy here with this lighthouse. You know, that's the purpose of a lighthouse. When you're in the darkness, there's something for you to kind of go towards. And that could be something here. And, you know, some of you guys might have asked Spirit, like your soul, when you were on the other side, like, I want to be of service. I want you to work me in the way that you see fit. And you might have felt like there was one idea of what that was going to look like. But actually what it is you being lesson for other people. People feeling very drawn into your energy and not understanding why, because again, we've already discussed it. I feel something special. I just don't see something. I don't understand this, but I feel it in my heart that there's something real here, or there's something significant here. And it's because you're leading them to their selves. You're leading them to their own sense of spiritual warfare, their own sense of finding their own authenticity. Because again, the sin of vanity is coming through very strongly for somebody, you know? Somebody who doesn't want to shake hands with the workers. That's beneath me, right? I only want to rub elbows with the big wigs, with the boss. That's somebody who's worthy of my time. So somebody could have looked at you, or people could look at you and how you live your life and what you're choosing to do for a living and the path you've chosen to take. And it's like, you're going nowhere fast, but they couldn't be further from the truth, right? They couldn't be more wrong if they tried, because you have something here divine. You have something that not everybody has. You are spiritually cloaked, or there's something special or significant about you. And that's what they were being led towards, right? With this lighthouse energy. Yeah. That's what they were being led towards. That's how Spirit's using you. It's kind of like spirit pie, you know, my analogy for that, where it's like, you know, Spirit puts you out on the windowsill and people get tempted by the same thing that they do to everybody else. They do it to you, and then that's where it's different, because you're Spirit's pie. You're somebody that's here to be a catalyst for change, a catalyst for spiritual awakenings, a catalyst for growth, a catalyst for lessons within other people. You trigger that spiritual warfare that goes on within, because how things worked out with other people doesn't work out with you. How things hit with other people doesn't hit the same with you. It's different with you. Something's different about you, which is, ironically enough, what led these people towards you in the first place, is because you are different. But that the difference scares them. I'm getting the energy of like somebody who maybe they don't want to be different. They don't want to stand out. Like they want to blend into the crowd. You know, they want to be seen like everybody else, or they want to fit in, or maybe they want to stand out a little bit, but for their greatness, right? But not too much. Because if you know, there's a fine line here. There's a delicate dance between standing out and, you know, people admiring you, and then being so far beyond the border of what's acceptable and okay that now you're just weird, right? And I feel like that's what you are, Gemini. Like, you're weird, and it's okay to be weird. Shit, I like weird people. Welcome, right? So there could be something here where it's like you are so far beyond the border of what's acceptable or what is normal, quote unquote, for other people or for society, that you are deemed weird. But that's what drew people towards you in the first place. I don't know, guys. What is this? Yeah, the crown, right? Exactly. Should have read the fine print. That's the energy. And didn't we have a reading like that recently, guys, where somebody should have read the fine print when it comes to you? They just kind of like, I'm getting a scene from, I think it's Finding Nemo, where Dory is in the darkness way down deep and she sees the light and she's like, oh, the light, right? But it's like an angler fish or whatever, the fish that has like the little light bulb that hangs off of its head, and that's how it attracts its prey. Because that's the only thing that's illuminated down there, right? And that's the energy that I'm getting with somebody towards you, or people towards you. Like, there's an energy of like, you are luminous, right? Like you, everything else, everybody else is shades of gray. They're dark. I don't see anything here. But with you, there's something bright that shines. Like, I see it. And so I just can't help but be like drawn into it, right? But it was like a spiritual trap, and not in the aspect of like, haha, but more like, okay, now you get to learn the lesson. Now you get to grow. Like, I've literally lured you into your spiritual awakening or to your spiritual growth, guys. Let me know if it makes sense in the comments, right? But there's something about that. I feel like you give a lot of love, or you give a lot of affection, or you're very nurturing, you're very giving, and people might not trust that, especially these people who have been in the darkness or around dark energies, around people who are, you know, they have the sin of vanity, right? Like, yeah, I'll be nice to you if you give me $100. Okay. I'll be nice to you if you look a certain way, if you act a certain way, if you talk a certain way, I'll be nice to you. But here you are just being nice just because that's who you are, and you don't have to give me anything. You know, I'll take care of you, or I'll nurture you, or I'll be there for you at your darkest point, or when you're scared, or when you're this, or when you're that, just because I have an unconditional love in my heart for you without even really knowing who you are. That's not normal, quote unquote. So it's kind of like the situation where people are like, can I even trust this? I don't know. I've never dealt with anything like this before. Clearly this is a game. It's a joke, because the last person who loved me unconditionally, all they wanted to do was take advantage of me or hurt me, or they were fucking my best friend on the side, right? It's like, it's something like that, guys. Okay. So people, I get this energy of like people being very drawn in, or people, you know, wanting to trust or feeling like led, but they don't for whatever reason. And that's the point. Whew. Okay. I was not expecting this message. I don't know. But that's how random readings go. Like, I don't know what's going to come out, and I don't know what this is. So we're going to get one more card from this deck, and then we're going to start clarifying some stuff. We have the gift. Look, and look on the bottom of the deck, 1111. If it's not clear, it should be, right? Like, you are a gift, Gemini. And I feel like, yeah, this could be some gifts coming towards you. We'll get into that, I'm sure, with the tarot, you know, inheritance and, you know, a spiritual inheritance, maybe a physical. But I'm getting like the energy of just like a harvest coming through, right? Like, it's your time to be given something back for all the good spiritual work that you do and that you have done throughout the lifetimes. So yes, I'm sure we'll get into that, but I'm getting very significantly like you are the gift that spirit hands to other people. It's just that they don't expect that the gift is going to be a spiritual awakening or growth or a trigger of spiritual warfare so they can heal something within them. It's actually an act of service. It's an act of mercy, right? Because now you get to have clarity and you don't have to walk around ignorant thinking that you have the truth when you're doing everything you can to avoid it. You're running from the truth, you know? So there's something here where I'm getting that energy, like Spirit's like, here you go, right? And it's you in this box. And it's like, surprise, surprise, right? I don't know, there's something there with that. But yeah, 1111, some of you guys could be seeing 11 or 1111. It could be significant for you. Okay. Yeah, there's some growth that's happening for you, Gemini. Okay. And some of you, because some of y'all are tired. I get it. Trust me. I resonate with a lot of this, and it's like, I feel like it's tiring and people don't understand. It's lonely. It's tiring, feeling misunderstood by everybody, people coming in thinking that you're this, but then, you know, putting you on that pedestal, but actually you're that, and then not being what they wanted. So now it's like, you know, or, you know, feeling like maybe like you've cursed them or you're the problem because everything in their life has gone downhill since they met you, when they don't want to take accountability for their own actions, you know, or people who swear that they believe in spirit, or they believe in God, or they believe in faith. They believe in, you know, everything happening for a reason, and fate and faith and all this. But then when it's time to put your money where your mouth is at, it's like, no, you don't. And I feel like, Gemini, you actually do believe in this stuff and you live your life by it. And so, you know, I feel like you attract a lot of people who want to emulate your energy. They want to be like you. They really want to take on that essence because that's what their soul wants and that's what their soul is capable of. But they have to drop that ego. They have to drop that vanity. They have to drop caring what everybody else thinks about them and caring about fitting in and caring about disappointing people. They have to drop these things, you know? And they have to care more about what spirit wants for them. It's like, who is your God here? Who is your spirit? Who's your higher power? Is it man and what they think of you or what they can provide for you? Or is it over here? Like, what is it? You know? Interesting, guys. Okay. Can I get something for the ancestors here? Why are they here for this random reading, Spirit? Why are the ancestors here for this random reading? Why are the ancestors here for Gemini for this random reading? Why are the ancestors here? You have 7 of Wands. Yeah, they're definitely defending you right now. I feel like there's a strong spiritual warfare that's going on around you, or there's people, again, that are lurking. They see your energy. They see like you have something to offer, or you have a lot to give, or there's a, you know, a lot of abundance that's around you. And it might have been able to be cloaked for only so long, right? For some reason, they're giving me like Coming to America vibes, which is so funny because I channeled this in a personal reading the other night. It was funny. But they're giving me like that energy again of like Coming to America, where it's like, obviously there's something different about this dude. He's not just another dude. Right. And he wasn't. And so it's like, you could only like cloak that for so long. You could only hide that for so long. Eventually people are going to be able to see the true essence of you and how powerful you are, how valuable you actually are. So I do feel like your ancestors are defending you right now against energy. Possibly dark energy. The darkness might be trying to disrupt something for you, especially since we have this harvest energy, usually right before a level up, a glow up, a harvest, a manifestation coming through, a wish fulfillment coming through. The darkness will try to distract you, take you off course, take it away, right? And so your ancestors are definitely showing up in spiritual warfare form. So if you have an altar, put water on your altar, give them blessings, thank them, spend some time in prayer, whatever you need to do. Because your ancestors are definitely there defending you. And with the Emperor here on the bottom of the deck, it's very interesting because I feel like you are meant to step into this Emperor energy. With the Emperor and the Wheel of Fortune, it's feeling like it's very fated for you to be in this leadership position or for you to step into this role. And so they're defending that right now. It's for somebody. Aries energy is significant. Full moon in Aries is tomorrow on the 6th. I don't know when this reading will be released, but you know. I film things ahead of times. That's why my nail color will be different. It's funny because I explain this on Patreon because I feel like people, they look at my nail colors changing all the time. And they're like, does this girl just sit around do her nails all day? I absolutely do not. I film a lot of readings in advance and I release them over time. And so, yeah, the nail color will shift and change day to day sometimes. But, you know, it is what it is. As of the 5th of October, my nails are that periwinkle blue that they've been. Okay. But it's funny because I just released the full moon reading and those nails are burgundy, which is because I filmed that on like the 2nd or something, or like a week ago or some crap. So yeah, anyways, just for anybody who's curious about why the nail color changes so often. All right, let's see, what else are the ancestors, what are they defending right now? What are the ancestors defending for Gemini? What are they defending here? We have the sun, right? Your happiness, your sense of well-being, your sense of balance, your financial security here with the sun and the 2 of Pentacles. Your right to decide, your right to make a choice, your right to be free, your health. There is something here about your balance though. I feel like somebody wants to take you off balance. There could definitely be spiritual warfare. I'm not saying somebody's out here doing the heebie-jeebie, but possibly, okay? And there is some kind of spiritual warfare going on that it's meant to disrupt your balance, because when you're not balanced, you're not on your game, you're not fulfilling your mission, you're not doing what you need to do, right? It's interesting too, because we have the sun out here twice. So there is clarity coming through, and your ancestors could be bringing you the truth of a situation. They need you to see something clearly. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I feel like for some of you guys, there could be something here with your finances as well, like your reputation. They could be defending that right now. Or maybe you feel like you have to defend your reputation right now. But it is giving like the energy of like just you and your essence with the sun, right? The sun is the self. Sun is also joy, expansion. Look, as I say it, so it is. 2 of Wands, expansion. The sun is your joy, it's your expansion, it's your growth, it's your blessings. So I feel like that's what's being defended right now. And there's something again about your balance, guys. Staying balanced. Okay, what is the sun? Because something is being brought to the surface. There's some kind of clarity. Something is, can't be hidden anymore, or it's very much like you can't see this in any other way. So what is this? The truth is out. Or the truth is very clear to somebody. What is this talking about for this random reading for Gemini gang? What is the truth? We have the strength, heavy Leo energy in this reading, y'all. Some of y'all could have Leo in your chart in a significant placement. Okay? If you don't know your birth chart, look it up. You can Google it. I feel like the truth is how strong you actually are. Again, that's the energy. Like somebody or people, they underestimated your strength. They underestimated how like graceful you are, or how strong you are, how you could bounce back from something, everything that you've went through. Again, it's like somebody walked through the apple orchard or whatever, and they saw you bent over picking apples off the ground, and they didn't look twice. They just were like, oh, just a worker. They're showing me the scene from Maid in Manhattan when, you know, the first time that she meets him, she's a maid, right? So she's bent over the toilet, cleaning the toilet, and he just doesn't even notice her, doesn't see her, doesn't even recognize her. But then later, after she tried on that rich woman's clothes and he runs into her, that's when all of a sudden, oh, because he had that energy, that sin of vanity, right? He didn't notice somebody cleaning his toilet, but he noticed somebody in like a $5,000 suit, you know? And so there's something there with that, guys. Like somebody just did not see you. They didn't see of the greatness or the divinity that was over you. I mean, I feel like they felt it. They just didn't see it. Again, it's like I'm feeling it. I feel there's something significant. I feel there's something special. I just don't see something significant. I don't see something special, which is vile, guys. I'm sorry. It is. To me, it's disgusting for people, like when people think that way, when people treat people that way, when people look at people and go, oh, well, you don't look like you're worth anything. Ugh, I don't like that energy. I really don't. But that's how I feel like you've been looked at by people. Maybe not just one person. Maybe this is an ongoing theme. And so some of you guys could be like, well, why does this keep fucking happening? Well, it's because that's the role you're playing for spirit, you know? So yeah, it's plain to see your truth, or it's plain to see the truth of the situation is your strength. Like you're strong, you're graceful. And there's also something very beautiful about you as well, you know? And there's something within you where it's like, you don't need to use brute force to tame anybody or a beast within you or without you, right? Exterior to you. You use grace, you use love to tame the beast, you know? And I feel like whoever this is, or people in general who look at you in this way, they are used to people who use brute force, or people who are cold and callous. Again, people who their love is very much conditional. I will love you based off of what you can give me, or based off of like, you know, my, whatever, like, you know, but your love, like you gave something to somebody or you gave something to people without really expecting anything in return. I feel like you hope for things in return. Of course you want it returned. And there has to be boundaries here when you see that somebody's just using you, or somebody's just, you know, you're just a quick band-aid, but then when they don't need you anymore, it's like they ignore you. Of course you have to put in boundaries, guys, because you're not a fool, right? But it's like you do offer some kind of sense of unconditional love here that people are not used to. And it comes from a strength within. Like people might have looked at you like you were a little weak or something here. Okay? This is definitely one of those readings where it's like, if it's meant for you, it's meant for you, boo. If it's not, it's just not. Okay? Because it's a very specific message, but also nuanced at the same time. Yeah, but that's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting as like what's plain to see or clear to see right now is that you are extremely strong and graceful. And there's something about your strength that is soft. You know, it's like the water, right? Like the water is so soft and it can fit in any kind of container and it'll just run through your hands, right? And it can be relaxing, but it can be a force to be reckoned with as well. You know, like it can crush through rock. So there's something about that. What else do we have here? For what's plain to see right now to others. I feel like this is for others. This could be for you too, though. Like your own strength could be illuminated to you right now. Because maybe you even thought, oh, my heart makes me weak, right? And haven't we all been there, right? People who have a big heart, haven't we all been there? Like my heart makes me weak. My emotions make me weak. You know, I should have known better. I shouldn't have walked into that. Haven't we all been there? But I feel like you're starting to understand, or this is just your energy, right? That you understand your strength now. It's very plain to see. What else is this? What's plain to see here? There's also something about the way that you speak, because the way she's like rubbing on his, I don't know, guys. It's weird that his tongue's out, but you know, I guess cats lick. I don't really know. But there is something about how she's rubbing on his mouth. It's giving like, there's something about your words or how you express yourself. Like you have the gift of gab, okay? What else do we have here? What is this that's plain to see here by others right now? What's plain to see? We have the 10 of Swords. Yeah. Oof, right? There are some people that are in heavy regret when it comes to you, Gemini. Like heavy regret. And I feel like these people maybe suppressed this. They tried to run from it. They tried to hide from it. No, I'm not in regret. That Gemini wasn't worth anything. This is that. This was whatever. But I feel like, again, it's blindingly obvious, at least to them, that they fucked up here. You know, somebody feels like they dropped the ball, like severely, or they feel like they completely underestimated you or took you for granted. Did not see the worth, did not see the value, did not see the gift that was in front of them when it was there, you know? They might have stabbed you in the back 10 times and left you for dead, you know? And now they see that you've had to pick yourself up. You've had to heal yourself, and you've done that. And actually, you've done a magnificent job at that, actually, you know, to where now it's like nothing can harm you. And we obviously know that's not true, but that's the way that you're being looked at. Somebody is very sad. And it's interesting because we have the 3 cups, and then we have the 3 cups. Also the 10 of Pentacles. Somebody could have prioritized money over you. Again, somebody is very vain. They're very vain. So it's like somebody could have prioritized money, status, reputation. There could have been a third party. Maybe somebody thought that because somebody looked better, or they looked like what you know they thought is better. I don't know, guys. That keeps coming through. Like somebody just looked at you and didn't see it, but looked at somebody else and did see it, but it was rotten to the core. It was like the apple was painted this beautiful color, but when you take a bite of it, it's just like there's worms and decay inside. And you might have had some bumps and some bruises because you've been through some shit, okay? You know, so you might have had some bumps and some bruises on the outside, but that apple flesh is crispy, right? Like the juiciest, most delicious apple you ever had the pleasure of biting into. So there's definitely that kind of energy, guys. Yeah, and I'm seeing, oh, it's interesting because there's 2 woodpeckers on my tree out there. They're the big ones too, that have like the big red heads and the white chest. And they're like fighting over a tree. So I don't know, there could have been some kind of competition, or there could have been something here where this person was just caught up in like proving something, achieving something, building something. And it's like they didn't see the gift that was right in front of them. But somebody is in regret over that. They could have turned around and had the same thing happen to them that they did to you. Like they could have, dropped you for a better option and a better deal, basically. And then they had that person turn around and treat them like they were, basically disposable as well. Damn. But don't it always seem to go that we don't know what we got till it's gone? Pave paradise and put up a parking lot. Ooh, pop, pop, pop. Okay, there could be something with that, y'all. Yeah, the Chariot Cancerian energy coming through. Somebody had a choice. They did. And it's plain to see now, And I feel like also you had a choice as well, Gemini, right? Like you're not just sitting here like chopped liver, like you don't have a choice in the situation. Some of y'all might have been like, well, you can't decide. I'll decide for you. Say less. Do less, right? Because I know my worth. And so some of you guys might have went on your own journey and you've been developing yourself. You've been building yourself. You're doing better. You're looking good. You're smelling good. It's plain to see the value now where it wasn't before. What is this harvest for this random message for Gemini gang? What is this harvest for this random message for Gemini gang? What is this harvest? Oh, Lord have mercy. We have the 8 of Pentacles coming through. Bottom of the deck, we have the 9 of Cups. Yeah, you've been working hard, right? And you have a dream. You have a dream that one day you can feed your whole town with these apples, right? You have a dream that one day you'll have your own applesauce company or something like that. It's like you worked hard on this. And that's why when this person walked through the apple orchard, they saw you head down, bent over, dirt on your face, dirt under your nails, bandages and scars from where you cut yourself planting trees. And they saw that and they saw you're getting nowhere fast. But you're actually somebody who's developing something. You're building something too. You're just doing it a different way than what this person is used to seeing or what these people are used to seeing. And you're developing a dream here, guys. And you have some kind of abundance coming in. You do. You have a wish fulfillment coming in. There's something about a Cancer. Okay? Look at that. Look at that crab ancestor giving the pow pow too. Okay? Maybe somebody should have avoided a Cancer or avoided a Cancer's opinion. Yeah, maybe there was a choice between you and a Cancer, Gemini. For somebody. And that's the thing, too, with the fortune, the crystal ball upside down. This person had intuition. This person had all the answers. They just didn't listen, right? Very, very interesting. They're showing me the movie The Devil's Advocate, which is very interesting because I've been talking about the sin of vanity, and that's like the whole point of that movie. And it's interesting because at one point the guy's wife is like, she's going through it, man. Like she's seeing things. She's depressed. She's always crying. She's always alone. She needs her husband. Like she needs him to be there for her, And he is just like, oh God, could you pull yourself to fucking together? Like you have this big apartment. You have all this luxury. Why aren't you happy? And the whole time he's like, fucking his coworker, and leaving her alone all the time and prioritizing all this other stuff. And even his boss, who is the devil in that movie, tells him, take yourself off the case. Go pay attention to your wife. She's sick. She needs you, right? The world will understand. I'll understand. Everybody will understand. That's the right thing to do, is to go take care of your wife. But he's like, you know what? I'm afraid that if I take care of her, then she's going to get better and then I'm going to resent her, because that's really fucked up when you think about it. It's like when you're in a partnership and your person needs you, you're there. That's how I feel. Like somebody you love needs you, you're there, period. There are no excuses, and resenting somebody because they needed you, that's to me is weird, because when you love somebody, what's there to resent? They needed me. Of course I'm going to be there for them. And then, of course, we know what happens in the movie. His wife ends up killing herself. And, if I don't want to, spoil the movie, and even saying all that, I still haven't spoiled the movie. So I don't want to spoil the movie if you haven't seen it. But Devil's Advocate, I'm pretty sure it's free right now on YouTube. So check it out. It's a great movie. And yeah, in the end, when she kills herself or whatever, and again, that's not spoiling the movie, guys. There's still a lot more. But whatever. Spoiler fucking warning. Whatever. When she offs herself in the movie, he's blaming the devil. Like, what did you make me do? You made me do this. And devil's like, tat, 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 tat. I told you, you need to take care of your wife. And what did you say? That the case was more important. You'll deal with the case first. And then after that's done, then you'll put all your attention on her. Well, I guess, now, knowing now what we know, we might have made some different decisions, right? So there's something like this coming through, guys. And this could just be, again, this doesn't have to be with one particular person. This could be with many people. This could even be reversed for you, and you could be the person that didn't prioritize somebody or whatever. Take it as it resonates, guys, okay? What is this with the apple and the harvest and this 8 of Pentacles for this random message for Gemini gang? We have the Tower coming out. Yeah, there's about to be some spiritual justice that's coming through, guys. Like, and this is really positive energy here with this harvest, this 8 of Pentacles and the justice. So this Tower is not a bad one. This is like, again, the illusion being bust open. And I feel like it's not only is it being busted open for other people who thought you were just a worker at this apple orchard and you're actually the owner, but it's illusion being busted open for you too, of how much you're capable of, how much you're able to achieve. You don't even understand your own greatness, you know? And so that's what I was seeing over here too with the lesson of your strength. You didn't even understand how strength you were. You thought your strength was a weakness too. You thought your love and your capacity to give and nurture and help and heal was a weakness as well, but it's not. And so there's something here where you're about to have a massive glow up, or there's a massive level up that's about to take place. Look, 9 of Cups again. There's a massive level up that's about to take place. Okay, I think I'm done. Let's get some additional messages. How about the birds? Since I saw some birds during this reading, and there's a little bit of bird bitch energy. I mean, we didn't see it directly, but yeah. Advice and additional messages for Gemini. We have the Condor. Okay, that could be very significant for somebody. Hold the highest vision for you and your life. You now possess the ability to move past any hurdles. Exactly. This is my card of like, let's not lower our standards. Okay? And that could be something that your ancestors are saying to you. Do not lower your standards. Do not expect or accept less than what you deserve or what you're willing to give. It's interesting because I saw something yesterday that really hit hard for me. And it was like mixed signals. Even just from people. It doesn't have to be just a romantic situation, right? Friends can give you mixed signals. Coworkers can give you mixed signals. People in general. Mixed signals are not a thing. There's no such thing as mixed signals. Mixed signals are a clear signal that you are not a priority, because somebody who values you is not going to make you feel like you're not valuable. They're not going to ignore you if they care about you or your feelings. They're not going to always push you off to the side and put something else before you or ahead of you, right? So mixed signals is just a signal that you're not a priority. And as soon as you see that signal, you need to listen, because that kind of behavior is a language that speaks loud and clear. Okay. And I've been there, guys. It took me a long time to realize that. To now, when I see it the first time, I'm very cutthroat about that. And I feel like some people probably find me to be very cold and callous, and I dispose of people. And you know what I say? I say, if you're showing me, why do I need to wait for you to tell me? Because your behavior is a language, right? And I'm also a big communicator, so I'll ask and I'll try to find out what's going on. Is everything okay? But if your words are telling me this, but your actions are telling me that, I listen to actions, okay? Because at the end of the day, guys, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter why they won't. It doesn't matter why they treated you that way. It doesn't matter why they passed you up for that job opportunity, why they rejected you, why you're not a priority, why they can't, the trauma they went through, right? There's lots of people that get caught up in that toxic energy of, nuances and what's happening behind their human behavior and why they've treated you this way. I'm a believer in if they wanted to, they would, right? Period. And at the end of the day, the why doesn't really matter. You have to protect yourself sometimes. Sorry to lecture, but we have the nuthatch. Stay grounded and welcome the new knowledge and perspective coming to you. That's the energy I'm getting here. Like some of you guys you did do that. You stayed grounded here and you accepted something for what it was. You didn't try to gaslight yourself into believing that their behavior means something else, or this means something different, or this can't be possibly what it is. No, we accept it for what it is. We accept it for what's being shown to us. And somebody I feel like actually is trying to do that right now in regards to her. That's what they need to do too. They need to accept the truth for what it is, because the truth is very clear right now. It's very clear for somebody. There's something too about this nuthatch with the beak and how it's like very pointy at the end. It's like a needle. It's like poking at just the right spot, or I don't know, somebody's getting to the heart of the matter here, or there's something there with that. What do we have here? Advice and additional messages, guys. We have the hawk. Pay attention. A powerful message is being communicated to you now. And I do feel like Spirit means like this, what this message is in this reading. Like, this is a powerful message and somebody need to hear it. Even if you're on the receiving end of it and it doesn't feel great and it feels a little triggering, like, you needed to hear this. This is the truth, you know? And only by seeing the truth are we going to be able to actually, make a difference here. And that's part of stepping into the light. That's why everybody thinks, oh, it's so great to step in the light. I want to be in the light. I want to be in the light. Well, in the light, nothing can be hidden. In the light, your shadow gets illuminated. In the light, all of those insecurities and those bad habits and all of this stuff, it's all illuminated for you to work on. Nothing can be hidden in the light. So, for somebody, this message was very triggering. I can feel it. Like, for somebody, like, they're mad at me, or they're like, don't be mad at me. First of all, I'm just a messenger, right? Like, but like, I get the energy of somebody like, not liking this message because I'm talking directly to them about them, right? But hey, I don't know what to say. You mess around with tarot readers, you're going to get illuminated. That's just how it is. The Wren, be bold and confident. Use all your resources to create your dreams. That's exactly what you're doing over here. You're working hard on that apple orchard. You're working hard. You work hard for the money. Okay. So hard for the money. Yeah. We have White Turkey. The power to heal the earth is within you. You are a healer. That's my You Are a Healer card. Okay. And then we have the Starling. Now is the time to get out into the world and connect in authentic ways. Amen. All right, Gemini. Hope this reading helped. Hope it resonated. Hope